Yo, yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 111 or 111. Bonfim versus Brown. We back with another recap of another night in the Apex that was fine. Yeah, I probably have very few issues with this card. I thought it was perfectly fine, a lot better than last week's. Yeah, it was fine. Like, I won't say great or good, but yeah, it was fine. I struggle to find many giant issues with it, and I enjoyed it more than I didn't. So yeah, I thought it was fun. Not really much else to say there. It was another night in the Apex, a lot better than last week's. It wasn't great or terrible, it was pretty solid. Yeah, not really sure what else I'm really meant to say here. Yeah, I again really have very, very few issues with the card, and I thought it was fine. No, not really what else I'm meant to say in that regard, so yeah, that's about that, so cool. I guess I'm not really sure what else I'm really meant to describe this. I don't think it was great or terrible. I can't really point out any giant flaws or anything that were like amazing. It happened. It was fine, better than nothing, better than last week's. Cool. Shall we just get into the recap? I think we probably shall, so before we do, the final thing I have to say is, as always, the normal YouTube bullshit, which is, please like, comment, and subscribe to our subs goal by the end of 2025. We did get up to 190, but we did fall back to 189, which is still fine, awesome, and to even be that high. And we've still got plenty of time to hit that big 200 before the end of 2025. Let's see if we can. If not, it'll just be the goal for 2026. So, either way, that's really about all I gotta say in this intro. I've said everything I want to say about the card, which, again, it was fine. Don't really got many issues with it. And the normal YouTube bullshit, so guess really the only thing I have to say is, we're ready to recap some fights. I know I am. Probably the weirdest and like easiest intro I've ever done. But let's not waste any more time on it. Let's get into the recap. 12 fights from the Apex on a chilly November night. Our first full week of November out the way. And let's see what happened on our second card, November. 12 fights. You ready? I know I am. So let's get right into it. UFC Vegas 111 recap begins, and it begins the same way that it began in the breakdown. We got the exact same card order that we had before. Only one weight miss and didn't cancel its fight, so everything's how it was. Let's talk about what actually happened. As we had in our first fight of the night, the fight that changed a bunch on short notice, but we did finally get a solid fight here, and it happened, and it was a fine fight. As we began UFC Vegas 111 in the catch weight division of 195, but really it was middleweight, as we had our first fight of the night between Zach Reese versus Jackson McVeigh. Fun, low-level fight to start the card. I think that's about what we expected this fight to be, and that's what this fight really was. Just a fun, low-level fight to be in the card. Not really a whole lot else to it. That's the simplest way I would describe this fight. It was fun and low-level. Talk about what happened in the fight. Round 1, McVeigh had Reese hurt really early and was trying to finish him for like 3 or 4 minutes, just trying to beat him up and all that. Didn't work, but eventually he did nutshot Reese, and that gave Reese a timeout for a minute, and that gave him more than enough time to, I guess, kind of recover. And then he did. Zach Reese did end round 1 pretty well on top, but it was a lot too little too late, and he did lose round 1. But then he came on round 2 and just ran through him, took him down immediately again like he did at the end of round 1, and after 98 seconds he was able to lock up a rear naked choke and get the win. Nice comeback win for Zach Reese. Fun low level fight. What else can you really ask for? Yeah, this was fine. I had very, very few issues with this fight. Was it a UFC level fight? No, but it was fun. Good comeback for Reese, and not really a whole lot else to say there. So, yeah, pretty simple. Reese was able to survive, which is rare for him, because usually if he gets hurt in a fight, he's going down and out because he has a shit chin and shit durability. But McVeigh just couldn't put him out, so good comeback win for Reese. And surprising to see a guy with shit durability make a good comeback win. But he did. Not really much else to say. Fun low level fight. Guess let's do the second part of every recap. Let's talk about the fighters. We have the winner of the fight, the first winner of the night, Zach Reese, now moving to 4-2 in the UFC, getting his first submission in the UFC since the Contender Series. Yeah, this was a much needed good win for him. Like, he did get a bonus out of it, which I don't agree with completely, but the UFC is gonna UFC. Yeah, this was a good win and comeback for him. It looks like he's trying to get his wrestling a little bit better. It's definitely the best his grappling has looked in the UFC so far, so there's that. His durability, again, surprising that he was able to survive since he's not a dude known for good durability. Cardio looked alright. He looked fine. He looked pretty decent. I'll give him his flowers when they're due. He looked a bit improved, and he was able to make a nice comeback. His second win of the year, and his first submission in two and a half years almost. Good short nose win for Reese. Looked good. It's able to survive and get to come back. Not much else to say. But then for the opponent, Jackson McVeigh, who now falls to 0-2 in UFC, both by submission. Yeah, this dude's fucking terrible. I don't know what else I can really say about him. His striking looked okay in this fight, until he just had no idea how to finish the goddamn fight. Yeah, he's not good. He's not a UFC level guy. He has no idea how to grapple or pace himself or finish a fight. And, yeah, he took the L here. I still would have took Robert Valentine to beat him, which should say a lot. And, yeah, he takes the L here. 0-2 now, 26 years old, 6-2. I don't think they're gonna cut him. I think they will give him one more fight, especially since they are probably happy and respect him for taking this fight after, 2 other opponent changes beforehand. So they'll probably give him one more chance, but yeah, he's just not good. Truly, he's just not good. And yeah, he'll probably take one more L next year and get cut. He just is not a good fighter. He was able to do good on the regional scene against tomato cans, but yeah, he lost to Wes Schultz in the amateurs. That should say a lot. He's not good. What else can I say? I don't know how he didn't finish this fight with a guy like Reese who has awful durability, but he failed to get the finish, and he got finished. Yeah, he's terrible. I don't think they're gonna cut him. I think they'll give him one more fight, but yeah, he'll just lose it and get cut. Yeah, at least get something out of him. Feed him to the guy you want to build up. And yeah, he's terrible. What else can I say? I was giving him a fair shake here. I was saying he could win this fight. He almost did, but then you do that, look like that. Pathetic. And then finally, for the third and final part of every recap, we say, who should I fight next? And they finally got this back on the fighter's main page. Thank God. So, who should Zach Reese fight next? I don't know if I'll really give him an idea here, but we will see. Obviously not gonna give him a super big fight, but I'll give him someone respectable, I would imagine. Maybe an Ozzy Diaz. I could see Pulyayev would be pretty fun. That would kind of be an interesting one. I don't think I would hate that. I realized that Pulyayev should fight after his last win. Actually, I'm gonna see Reese fight Dante Johnson. I think that'd make the most sense. I said that last week, and I think, yeah, I think that would make the most sense. Do Dante and Reese. Dante, who was meant to be in this fight, but had to get pulled from it. And Reese, who did step in. Let's do it. I think it makes a lot of sense. Reese didn't take a whole lot of damage, so you could probably get that fight booked for maybe like the first card of next year or whatever. I see no reason not to do it. Makes sense. Again, it's weird. It's one I brought up last week. Let's do it. Reese and Dante Johnson would be a fun fight. Yeah, book it. Not really a lot else you can say there. It'd be a fun one. Someone's gonna get finished there. Book it. Not really a whole lot else to say, so let's do it. So that's about that. And then for McVeigh, again, I don't think they're gonna cut him, but he's gonna just get fed to someone coming off Contender Series or some shit. So yeah, there you go. And with that being said, not really much else to say. Good win for Reese on very short notice. Looked improved a bit. Durability looked a little bit better. Good for him, getting back at win column after that bullshit no contest with Doomass. And yeah, let's see, Reese and Johnson. I think it'd make a lot of sense. Johnson, who was meant to fight here, got pulled from it though. Let's do it. Zach Reese and Dante Johnson. Good. I think a good fight idea. No reason not to do it. Look at. Not very much else to say there. McVeigh's garbage. And, yeah, fun low fight to start the card. Good win for Zach Reese. And let's see him fight Dante Johnson, where I think he would get his ass beat. But, who knows? It'd be an interesting one. Book it. Fine, first fight of the night. Let's see what we had next. Funny enough, another rear naked choke in our second fight of the night in the bantamweight division. The first of two on this card. This one, the lesser of the two, but with a finish, so that helps. And yeah, this fight was not bad on paper. It looked very good, and in execution, it was decent. As we had in our second fight of the night in the bantamweight division, a very big fight here for both guys, and it turned out to be a very big win for not who I picked. As we had in our second fight of the night at bantamweight, a fight that I got terribly wrong, as we had Daniel Marcos versus Miles Johns. Well, I got this badly wrong. Yeah, great Miles Johns underdog pick RX for him to look pathetic and lose every minute of this fight until getting finished. Great. Not my only terrible dog pick of the night. I had two more. I did get one right, even though by fight time he's not even a dog, but we'll get to that. So what happened in this fight? I'll bring up the scorecard. Not gonna bring up verdict. No fucking need to. Gee, I don't remember. Let me remember round one a little bit more. Okay, so in round one, Marcos just kind of dominated. Johns had moments, but mainly it was Marcos' show. Better on the feet, got some takedowns. Good round, clean round, simple. Then in round two, it was much the same. Johns just would not really throw anything. He was super passive. He was fighting like an amateur. And doing that got him beat up some more, and eventually late in round two, he got taken down. Marcos jumped on his back, rear naked choked him, put him to sleep, and Daniel Marcos gets back in the win column. And I think it's the first submission of his career, they said, and he's back on track after losing his O and making me look really stupid in the process. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not super annoyed. Like, Miles Johns fucking underperformed and looked pathetic. Like, if it was a close fight and some shit, fine, I'd be a little bit annoyed, but if he's gonna go out there and fight like a fucking scrub, what am I meant to do? I know what Miles Johns can look like and fight like, and that was not the version I picked to win, so yeah, Marcos will beat that version of Miles Johns, and most people on the roster would 10 out of 10 times, and it was a pathetic performance by Johns. So I don't know really what else I can say. That was a pitiful performance, and not the Miles Johns I predicted. I predicted the one I've seen win fights and look good, not whatever the fuck that was. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed, but what can I do when a dude does not fight to his best abilities? And yeah, good for Marcos. He handed Marcos the win here pretty much. So what can I really say? There you go. About all I got to recap about the fight. Good finish, good win for Marcos. We'll talk about the fighters. Beginning with Daniel Marcos, who looks really weird without the red hair. I think this is the first fight in UFC he went without the red hair and it looked weird. Now he moves to 5-1 in the UFC, which is still a very debatable record. I think 3-2 would probably be more likely, or 3-3 really, but you know, whatever. Getting the win here, probably the best he's looked in UFC in my opinion. I get the probably Simon Oliveira was more impressive, but this was against a much better fighter, and yeah, he dominated here. But again, Johns pretty much handed him this fight, so it would be hard for him not to dominate. And yeah, good for Marcos, man. He looked good, best he's looked. I still don't think he's any bit good. I still think he fucking sucks. But he was the better fighter here. He would win this fight 10 out of 10 times with how Johns was performing in this fight. And yeah, good one for Marcos. Best he's looked in the UFC in my opinion. Still don't think he's good, but I'll take my L here and move on. And then for the loser of this fight, the idiot, Miles Johns, who made me look like an idiot, now falling to 6-5-1 in the UFC on a 3-fight losing streak now. Yeah, I think it's time to cut him. After a performance like that, I think you gotta cut him. Is he a talented fighter? Yes, when he shows up at his best, I do think he's a very talented fighter. But he doesn't show up at his best very often. His best win is Douglas Silva Andrade. He had that fight overturned against Argueta. He just seems like more of he just doesn't really seem like it make a lot of sense to keep him on the roster at this point. He's 31. He is a talented fighter, and PFO would sign him in a fucking heartbeat, but I just don't see a point of keeping him at this point. So 3-fight losing streak, getting submitted by Daniel Marcos, a guy who is his first ever submission. Yeah, I think it's time to cut him, which isn't. I would never thought I'd say that about Miles Johns 2 years ago, but if he's gonna look like this and go out like that Trey Ogden camp looked really good at one point. Now it's kind of looking pathetic. Yeah, bad performance, and yeah, I mean, you just gotta cut your losses and cut Miles Johns, which sounds insane to say, and PFO would fucking love if they did that. They would sign him in a heartbeat, but it's what the UFC should do. And see, what else can I say? If you're gonna perform that shit, that pathetic, you can get cut. And with that being said, do I feel like giving Marcos a fight of the year? Nah, fuck him. So, no fight here. I don't feel like giving him one. I'll give him his flowers. This was a good performance. Best he's looked, and he proved me wrong. But I can still say, fuck you, I don't like you, I still think you suck, and I'm not wasting time giving you a fight idea. So, that's what I'm gonna decide to do. And, yeah, they're probably gonna hand him a fucking... I don't know what they're gonna do with him, to be honest. I could see him fighting a handful of guys. I could see him fighting someone like a fucking... maybe a Charles Jourdain. I could see him fighting Arunia Nakamura. Actually, let me take a look. Because now I'm actually thinking of really interesting ideas, and it's like, okay, maybe I should give him an idea. 16th bantamweight's kind of wrong, but you know. Who could he fight? Gafarov, I don't really like that idea. I don't mind, that Renia idea is intriguing. I don't think they would do it, but it's kind of intriguing. Sure. Who did I say Renia should fight after his last win? I don't remember. I kind of like that Renia Marcos idea. I think that'd be a very, very intriguing fight. Let me take a quick look and see why I said Renia should fight. I said he should fight Cody Gibson. Obviously, they're not going to do that now. I like Renia and Marcos. I kind of like that fight. I think it's a real intriguing one. I wouldn't hate it. I truly wouldn't hate it. Maybe Renia and Marcos would be fun. I don't know. They're throwing shit at the wall. We'll see if I actually give them an idea. We'll see. Renia and Marcos will try my idea for right now, but we'll give it time and kind of wait and see if I feel like that's the best idea. And if I even put down fight ideas, I doubt it, but we'll see. And, yeah, not really much else to say here. Good one for Marcos. Best he's looked in the UFC, even though I still don't like him and I think he sucks, but I'll give him his flowers when they are due. And for Johns, time to get cut, buddy. You suck, and good riddance. So, not very much else to say. Good one for Marcos, even if he did make me look like an idiot. I'm not thrilled about that. I'll say good job when it's warranted, and take my L, and say fuck Miles Johns. So, about really all I gotta say there. After that, we go to our third fight of the night, and our first of two female fights of the night, and this one definitely worse than the other, and kind of weird compared to the other, as we had in our third fight of the night in the bottom of the top 15 of straw weight. We had a very interesting fight here that I think was scored a little bit weird and wrong, but maybe I'm in the minority there, as we had in our third fight of the night in the women's strawweight top 15, Denise Gomes versus Tisha Pennington. Again, maybe I'm in the minority here, but I don't really agree with this decision too much. All three scored at 30-27 Gomes. I kind of think Tisha won this fight. And for anyone who watched, they say the same thing, but she didn't do anything. What did Gomes do in the first two rounds? Throw shitty slow kicks, and most of her shots got blocked. And she got 2 takedowns in round 1. Like, I really think you can make a case for Tisha winning the first 2 rounds. Round 3, Gomes took her down and dominated easy. But round 1 and 2, I don't know. I feel like those were Tisha rounds. She landed more on stats, and it just feels like she was a better fighter. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Obviously I'll have to rewatch this when I do the robbery review thing for the year-end awards, which I can't believe I have to do that actually pretty soon. But, yeah, I don't know. I really don't agree with this decision. It's not as bad as Norma and Catlin from last week, but I still think it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna be upset about it because I got my pick right out of it, but still doesn't really feel like it was the right scorecard. And, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just a weird minority here. I don't know. But, yeah, obviously for robberies, I don't go too in-depth unless it's a really big fight, so I'm just not gonna say a lot here. I want to really review this fight a little bit more before really giving a lot more thoughts on it in the future. So now, see if I think it's a robbery, I don't give out fight ideas. So yeah, but yeah, decent fight here. It happened. Not the worst of the card, but far from the best. if I rewatch it and think Gomes did win, then good win for her, big win over an OG. Gomes is pretty decent, even though she does need to learn to do more than just throw big shots on the feet and shitty slow kicks, but she looked fine. Gonna be interesting to see her climb the rankings a bit more and see how far she can go there. And then for Tisha, apparently she's retired, it seems. She made an Instagram post that said, oh, I had a great career, like kind of in a past tense, so that's kind of weird. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. But if it's her last one, enjoy retirement, had a good career, and see what happens. So yeah, not very much else to say. Not gonna. I want to rewatch this fight before really giving a. Well, actually, I'm not gonna give a fight idea in the future, but I would like to rewatch this fight before really giving my final thoughts on it, which I will talk about it in a couple months, or in about a month and a half when I do the year-end award. We'll see if this makes on the robbery list. And yeah, decent fight. Gomes looked fine. Tisha looked kind of better, but what do I know? And let's see how Gomes does climbing the rankings. I'm kind of worried. I think she's a little beatable, but we'll see. And then for Tisha, this is the end. Enjoy retirement. And yeah, not very much else to say. Debatable decision in my opinion. I want to definitely look over it a bit more, and I'll see what happens. Not very much else to say. Debatable decision. Maybe I'm crazy and stupid. Time will tell. After that, we go to our fourth fight of the night, our quickest fight of the night, and definitely a statement was made in this debut, for better or worse. I know a lot of people would say for worse, because they don't like the guy who made the statement, but I don't really care, because I'm not a fucking snowflake. As we had in our fourth fight of the night, our only heavyweight fight of the night, no eye poke, thank God. Just a quick finish as it should be. We had our fourth fight of the night, our double debut fight, and where one guy made a statement, one didn't. As we had our fourth fight of the night at heavyweight, our quickest fight of the night between Josh Hokit versus Max Jimenez. Well, that's not the outcome a lot of people wanted, I know that for sure. But it was a good outcome. It was a good fight, quick fight. That was the quickest fight of the night. As a heavyweight fight should be. 56 seconds. Perfect. No eye pokes. Hallelujah. What happened? Long story short, they had a striking match for about 40 seconds till Hokit dropped him the first time. Max got up and survived, and then got dropped again and was pretty much out. And I've called a fight there. Hokit got the win, 56 seconds by striking, which is good to see he knows how to do that. And yeah, pretty good debut, impressive debut, easy win. Yeah, what else can you really say? We learned this Jimenez dude is shit, and Hokit knows how to strike. Sounds like two good things to have known, and yeah, sweet. Not really a lot else to say there. Pretty simple fight to recap. Let's talk about fighters. Beginning with the winner here, everyone's favorite heavyweight, Josh Hokit, moving to 1-0 now in the UFC. Again, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I don't see many issues with him. Is he corny? Extremely. Is that a bad thing? Not really. I've seen much worse corny fighters, so I'm not a snowflake, and he doesn't bother me. What I care about is the fighter, and fighter looked good here. It's good to see him actually know how to throw a punch, because we did not see that in Contender Series at all. And yeah, he looked good. Pretty much a flawless debut. I think it's almost a lock. He's going to be on the White House card, and yeah, it looked good. What else can I say? His post-fight was a lot more tame than Contender Series, but again, it was still just as corny. And yeah, good debut. Not really much else to say. I'm not bothered by him as a person, and the fighter looked good here. See how far he can go. I don't think that Walter Walker call-out's very smart. And then for the opponent, Max Gimenez, who apparently has the skin complexion Mo Costa Scott Jorgensen thing, which I did not know about. But clearly unlike those two, he's not good. Yeah, this guy sucks. He is some super grappler dude, and he didn't shoot a single takedown. He's trash. Yeah, what else can I really say? So, yeah, they brought him in. He got beat up. Probably like what they thought would happen. Simple. He sucks. Next. Only thing I'll say now is, who should they fight next for Hokit, who's more than likely going to be on the White House card. Who should he fight? Again, I don't think he's going to fight Walter Walker. That's not really the greatest call out in the world, because that's a very scary fight, and I don't think you want that smoke. I want to see him fight Austin Lane, Hokit that is, I think, because Lane's the other former football player. He fought Greg Hardy. I want to see that fight. I think Lane is still on the roster, it would seem that way. I want to see that fight. I want to see Lane and Hokit. I doubt they're going to do it. I think Lane is still on the roster. It says he is, so do it. I thought they should have done that fight after Hokit's Contender Series won, so why not do it now? Hokit, Lane, the battle of the football guys. Book it. I want to see it. I doubt that's going to be a White House, but you could do that fight probably ASAP, so I want to see it. Book it. There you go. Not really much else to say there. Good debut for Hokit. Looked good. Couldn't look much better. Flawless victory. Happy showed striking for the first time. Ran through a pretty shit fighter who was also making their debut. And, yeah, what else can I really say? Good one for Hokit. Great debut. He doesn't bother me. Come on, Snowflake. And who should he fight next? Probably, maybe at the White House. I would like to see him fight Austin Lane. That was the idea I had after his Contender Series win. I want to see that fight still. So, book it. I want to see it. For Gimenez, he'll fight. Who knows? They'll probably feed him to someone or give him a guy who is coming off a loss in his own right. So we'll see what they do with him. And, yeah, good one for Hokit. Good debut. Got a bonus, which I agree with, even though compared to who he didn't get a bonus, it kind of hurts a little bit. And, let's see him fight the other football guy in Austin Lane. Good debut. Couldn't look much better. Happy showed striking. He doesn't bother me. See what Hokit can do next. Probably next time we see him at the White House. After that, we go to our fifth fight of the night. This one was my lock of the night, and man, did everyone predict this as easily as you could, as we had our fifth fight of the night, our second and final female fight of the card, this time in the top 10 of women's bantamweight, number 11 versus number 10. I swear Myra was ranked higher, but I guess I was wrong. We had in our fifth fight of the night, the most predictable fight on the card in my opinion, and my lock of the night, which I'll take the W. Thank you, back-to-back weeks. Thank you, Alberto Yana. Now, this fighter right here, as we had in our fifth fight of the night, at women's bantamweight, my lock of the night, Jacqueline Cavalcante versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Well, I think this fight went exactly how we all thought it would, because there really any other outcome for this fight than what happened. I don't really think so. What am I really meant to say? For 15 minutes, Cavalcanti won an easy kickboxing match against Myra, who only shot 2 takedowns the whole fight. Myra could not hand Cavalcanti this one anymore. Like, there was no world Silva was going to win a kickboxing match here against Cavalcanti, and for 15 minutes she got her ass beat. Not really much more I can say. She landed a few okay shots, but besides that, she never was winning a minute of this fight. I don't know how a judge gave her 29-28, but it's Chris Lee, shocker. Yeah, in a kickboxing match, Cavalcanti could do this for an hour and without any fucking issue. Again, she only had to stop like 1 or 2 takedowns, and when she did, Myra kind of just quit, and it became a kickboxing match Myra had no chance in. So, what else can I say? Exactly the fight I thought it would be, just minus stopping a lot more takedowns than 2. And, yeah, easy win for Cavalcante. What else can I really say? Expected. Easy. Yeah, like Myra handed Cavalcante this win. It'd be like Marab striking with fucking Jan. It's like, what are you doing? You gotta just keep trying for takedown. But no luck, and Myra quit after the first or second one, so easy win for Cavalcante. Easy locks and I pick back-to-back weeks with female locks. That Already Jan and now Cavalcante. I don't think I'll have a 3rd week in a row for female lock. Around Blanchfield next week, maybe. But, no, I already know lock next week more than likely, so the female streak will end for right now. But, yeah, easy lock is an easy lock. Easy win's an easy win. Let's talk about the fighters. We have the winner of this fight, Jacqueline Cavalcanti, who I really don't need to say anything new for. Now 5-0 in the UFC. What can I really add to what I said before? Before this fight, I still think she's really good. I still think she has a high ceiling of maybe being the champion. I would pick her to beat everyone in the top 5. She's really good. Good kickboxer, takedown defense, looked good the one time we got to see it in this fight. By the time she gets to a title fight, Kayla Harrison will already be gone. Yeah, I think Cavalcante could be a champion. I truly do, and if she is, was, or is going to be in the next 2 or 4 years, 2 to 4 years, I wouldn't be shocked at all. So she's really fucking good. What else can I say? Just kind of a better Jermaine Durand to me. And for the loser of this fight, Myra Bueno Silva, falling to 5-6, 1-1 in the UFC. I think this is her UFC career over. In her last 5 fights, she is 0-4-1, really 1-4. She's not the most exciting. She's not got better. It's time to cut her. Like, what the fuck else are you meant to do? She's getting older. She's 34. She's, again, not exciting. There's just no point to keep her around. I think you should cut her. Again, 4 in a row is not a great look. And all the fights, did she even win a round in any of these fights? Maybe against Raquel? But yeah, she got beaten every round. Has not improved at all. Yeah, time to cut her. What else can I say? Which is an insane thing to think about saying a year and a half ago when she was fighting for the belt. But 2020, by going into 2026, 4 L's in a row. Time to cut her. Gonna go down as one of the worst title challengers of all time, and she was the favorite in that fight. Let that sink in. Only thing I have to say now is, who should they fight next? For Cavalcante, first time I get to use the rankings from tonight. I'd love to see that. I'm gonna move up to number 10. Who can she fight? She has a whole top 10 in front of her. Who could she fight? Hosa. What did Hosa just do in her last fight? Is she coming off a win? She's coming off a win against Nora. Interesting. Eileen's not booked, but that would make sense. Macy would probably make a lot of sense. Yeah, more than likely. Eileen can probably fight Irene, I would imagine, if they ever do that fight. Carol, I don't know, she can fight somebody. Yana can fight Catelyn, or no, Raquel. Catelyn fights Julie, or actually you could do Carol and Catelyn. Yeah, you do Carol, Catelyn, Eileen, Irene, Yana, Raquel, Norma, Pena, and I think Cavalcante and Chasson. I think that'd make the most sense. Chasson coming off missing weight and losing, yada yada. Cavalcante trying to move up instead of fighting one position again. Why not get her into the top 7? I think she would 100% win that fight. yeah, let's do it. Cavalcanti and Chasson. Sounds like a good one. That might be Chasson's last fight in the UFC too, because I think that'd be her like third L in a row. So, especially if she were to miss weight there. Yeah, maybe Cavalcanti's just gonna clear out to the division. Yeah, I think that makes most sense. Jacqueline and Macy, book it. Makes most sense. Let's actually move Jacqueline up the division a little bit and not one spot again. Like, again, she could fight Hossa, but it'd be fucking dumb. So, let's do it. Macy and Cavalcanti. Makes sense. Book it. Not really much else to say there. Good one for Cavalcanti. She's really damn good. Easy lock and night pick. And, let's see how far she can go. Let's see if my statements are being overhyping or honest. We're gonna find the fuck out, so time will tell. But for Cavalcanti, good win here. Beating Myra probably out of the UFC. Again, I think they should cut Myra. Don't really see the point of giving her another fight. And for Jacqueline, good win. Climbing up the division one spot at a time. Let's move that up a bit. Let's have her fight up a good few spots against Macy Chasson. And makes sense. Would be a good fight. Would be a good one for Jacqueline. So book it. Not really much else to say. Good one for Cavalcanti. We'll see if my statements here age really well or really bad. And yeah, good easy lock win. Cut Myra. Let's see how far Cavalcanti can go. Let's see her next fight, the featherweight who fails at making bantamweight, Macy Chasson. After that, we go to our co-main event of the prelims that was just as great as I think we all knew it would be. And let's be honest with how that featured prelim went. I think this should have been this is the real featured prelim. As we got in our co-main event, the prelims in the bantamweight division, a fight that got brutally disrespected before the fight, and with how good it was, again, got disrespected being the prelims, as we all knew it would be. It should have been the co-main of the card. Should have won fight of the night. This was a banger. As we had in the co-main event of the evening, at the prelim co-main event, should have been a co-main event of the evening, at bantamweight, a banger between Ione Barcelos versus Ricky Simone. I'm so shocked. A great fight on paper was a great fight in execution. Who would have ever fucking thunk it? You mean anyone with a fucking brain who wouldn't have put this on the goddamn prelims? So yes, this fight was great as it was on paper. It was an execution. It was should have got fight of the night. It was a great fight, high level fight. How was this on the prelims? Praga, who didn't know this was gonna be a great fight. What else can I really say? But I'll stop ranting about that. Let's talk about what actually happened in the fight. In round one, Simone had a very decent round one. Clipped Ione pretty well on the cage. Almost got finished, but Ione survived. But it was still a Ricky round, pretty clearly. Probably the best round for Simone, and yeah, he got it. But then in round 2 and 3, Ione started to take over to kind of do a crafty veteran performance, were able to be the better striker, land good kicks, etc., etc. Clear round 2. Round 3 was kind of close, but kind of still clear. And after 15 close, good minutes, Ione Barcelos gets the win. And yeah, all 3 judges scored 29-28. Clear score. You would have to make a really weird case to try and give Ricky round 3 and the win. And I could see no one tried to make that case. Yeah, Ione just fought a really good fight in the last 10 minutes and got to win. Clearly, good fight. What else can I say? Yeah, this was a good one, as expected. High level. Could have easily been a top 15 fight. Would have been better than some of the ones in that division. Yeah, what else can you say? Fun. You should have got fight of the night, which for me to say something should have got fight of the night after. At this point I rarely say anything should get fight of the night because most time I don't fucking deserve it. But they should have got it. This was a great high level fight, and if this was a 5-round main event, it would have been we would have had another great 10 minutes of action. So, great fight. Disrespected, shockingly. I'm so shocked. A great fight on paper. It was a great execution. And, how was this not on the main card? Annoying, but what can you do? The fight was still great. And, good win for Ione. Speaking of the devil, let's talk about him first. Let's talk about the fighters, beginning with the old man still kicking ass. 38-year-old Ione Barcelo is now on a 4-fight winning streak. He still fucking got it. He never lost it. 4 wins now. Looking amazing. He's great. He's still really damn good. Long overdue for him to probably get a top 15 ranking fight. For ranking in general. Dude's good. 38 years old. Still probably a top 20 bantamweight. Like, he's good. What else can I say? He knows how to win a fight, slow the pace down, and just have a fun one. 4 in a row now. Against Talbot, who's going to be ranked at the end of the year when he beats Udo. A legend like Garbrandt. Simone now, who's on a streak. This was good. This was a good fight. This was a good win for Ione. Happy for him. Dude's good. Get him a top 15 fight already, which we'll talk about in a second. Old man still got it. What else can you really say? He's still really damn good. And then for the loser of this fight, Ricky Simon, falling to 10-6 in the UFC. What can you really say about Ricky outside of... He's really damn good. He's really damn good, but he never has been good enough. He'll win a couple fights and then take a loss. Win a couple fights and then take a loss. Like, that's just the story. He can't beat these higher level guys. His best win in the UFC is, well, not counting a young Merab, would be what? A young Montel Jackson? Ray Borg, more than likely? Like, he just cannot beat these higher level guys. Barcelos, Oliveira, Batista, Song, Font. And Font's not even a higher level guy. Faber. He just can't get past these guys, and it sucks, because Simone is a very talented fighter, but he keeps falling short at the higher hurdles, and that's why his whole career has kind of been spent as just very good, but never good enough. So, always the bridesmaid and never the... Or the bridesmaid, never the... Yeah, always the... Yeah, but bridesmaid and never the bride, would that be the quote? He's good, and kind of like the guy in the main event we'll talk about later. He's just never been good enough to break that glass ceiling and be a top 10 guy in the division or whatever, so... It sucks because he is super talented, but... It's just kind of... what his career has turned into now. He's really good, but... Exactly. So, sucks to see him lose here. He'll bounce back because he's really fucking good, but... We know his career at this point. We've seen it. He's gonna win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. That's just his career. Sucks to see someone that talented just not be able to break that glass ceiling. Now the only thing left to say is, who should I fight next? For Ione, who better get a top 15 fight at this point. Who should he fight? Thinking about it, I even thought about this during the fight. Probably Rob Font would make the most sense. Because if you think about it, Marcus McGee, Kyle Phillips, he already fought a couple years ago. Vinicius ain't gonna happen, Martinez ain't gonna happen, Cejudo's booked, and then at that point you're really not gonna get anyone to fight outside the top 15 at the moment. So, yeah, I would say Rob Font would make the most sense, coming off that Martinez loss, always fighting the younger guys. Let's see Font fight an older guy, who should beat him, to be honest. I would easily take Ione in that fight. Yeah, I think that'd make the most sense, Ione and Font. How old is Font? Ain't he, like, not much younger than Ione? I swear Font's, like, what, 35 or some shit? Where is Fabro? They're the same age, yeah, it's even more perfect. Let's do it. Font and Ione makes perfect sense. Would be a perfect fight night fight. With, like, second fight of the main card. Book it. Makes total sense. Would be a good fight. Hayoni should win and get in the top 15 there. Book it. What else can I really say? Makes the 2 38-year-olds in the division. Book it. Simple. So, yeah, not really much else to say there. Good fight. Good win for Hayoni. Yeah, this fight was great. Disrespected for no reason by the UFC. And happy they proved it was going to be great no matter where it is on the card. So, should have been on the main card. What can you do? Great fight and great win for Uncle Hayoni. Who should he fight next? He should get a top 15 opportunity next against Rob Font. Make the most sense. He's more than earned it, especially since the guy he beat in January is now going to be fighting for a top 10 ranking against Cejudo in December. So, why the fuck is Hayoni not ranked? And, yeah. Book it. Him and Font sometime next year. Makes a lot of sense. Let's see it. Not really much else to say. Simone will bounce back like he always does. And, yeah, good one for Hayoni. Hopefully he gets that top 15 fight he deserves. And, see how far Uncle Hayoni can go. Still kicking ass at 38 years old. Still one of the best bantamweights. How crazy. Proving that age is just a number for these lighter weight classes. Hayoni is still kicking ass at almost 40. Love to see it. Great fight. Let's see him kick the other 38-year-old's ass. Rob Font. And then, after that, we end the prelims with probably, well, for sure, the worst fight on the card, which I know is almost impossible to think when this guy's in it, but yeah, this was a clown show, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it, because it doesn't deserve it. As we had in our featured prelim in the featherweight division, a fight that was somehow boring, even though Hyder fucking Emil was in it. Shows how great his opponent was. And we had in our featured prelim in the featherweight division, the worst fight on the card, and one of the only 4 decisions on the card. The last decision on the card also, because the main card was all finishes. We had in the featured prelim the worst fight of the card somehow at featherweight, Jamal Emmers versus Hyder Emil. How do you have a boring fight with Hyder Emil? By being scared to death to fight him and just trying to cuddle him for 10 minutes. So, to talk about what happened in the fight, I'm gonna waste a lot of time here in round 1. Emmers had a decent round 1 on the feet, was able to be the cleaner striker, got hit in the nuts twice, and they would take round 1 on the feet. I want to say it again. But then after that, in round 2 and 3, for the last 10 minutes of the fight, he just boringly cuddled Emil on the ground and won a boring decision. Yeah, we're doing that boring shit again, where we're scared to actually fight. You love to see it, don't you? Yeah, boring. Again, it's almost impossible to have a boring fight of Hyder Emil, but he found a way. And I'm not even mad at Emil here, because what is he meant to do when he's there to fight and his opponent's there to fucking snuggle and cuddle him? So, yeah, what am I meant to say? Nah, we're gonna waste time here. Worst fight of the card. I feel bad for Emil that he showed up to fight and all he got was a bunch of cuddles on the ground, and Emmers is a little bitch. So, boring shit fight. Worst fight of the card. And again, how do you have a boring fight with Hyder fucking Emil? What a joke. And there you go, that was the prelims. Didn't take an hour this time. They were fine. Outside of the featured outside of the Emmers fight, the rest of them were fine. I have really no issue with them. Yeah, they were fine. Got that banger Simone fight. Cavalcanti was good. Marcos, Reese, and Hoke were fine. Gomez was alright. Yeah, I think this was if you look at it like this, so if this was the featured yeah, it's pretty much a perfect prelims. Pretty decent, can't complain too much. Fun, but then you add this piece of shit on top of it. It definitely hurts as a good amount. But it's still fun, still had some good on it, and not the worst way to go into the main card. That final fight was, but everything overall was still a decent way to head in the main card. So let's do just that. Fine prelims. Let's see what the main card had for us, which had 5 more fights for us, all finishes. And let's see what happened in those finishes. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. I hope that's not picking up on my mic. That a fucking like plane's going overhead right now at 5:40 in the morning. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the main card. 5 more fights. UFC Vegas 1-1-1. Alright, it's still under an hour, and this has no way it should go with a full fucking almost 2 hours like the last couple of videos. So let's just get into it. Beginning with the main card opener for UFC Vegas 111 in the middleweight division. Another fight I got badly wrong, but that's because, kind of like Timmy Kwamba fight last week, I forgot that yes, the guy I'm picking against sucks, but more importantly, the guy I'm picking sucks as well, as we had in our main card opener at middleweight, a can battle for the ages that I'm not going to waste a lot of time on, as we had to open UFC Vegas 111's main card at middleweight. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tulio. Another one I got badly wrong, and another one where fraud got checked. Not on this card, just in general. Yeah, another fight where I picked against the guy I hate, and I took the L. God damn it. Not gonna recap much here, because not much worth recapping. Less than a minute into the fight, COD landed a spinning back elbow that cut Tulio right between the eyes. And COD kind of just dominated from that point, taking round 1. Then in round 2, it was actually going pretty well for Tulio until he got hit with a spinning back fist that hurt him. Got put out with some more shots. I think it was like maybe, was it a right, I believe, or maybe a left, something like that. Put him out face down, ass up, and yeah, COD wins by knockout. It was a good knockout, I'll say that much, but still not thrilled about it. Yeah, annoying, very annoying. I don't know. I don't know what to really say besides annoying. Hate seeing COD win because he's just not good. He's truly not good. But what am I meant to say? Tulio's worse, Mr. Dumont, as we call him, because that's all he is. Yeah, good knockout. Shit fighters. I'm still not impressed with COD at all. Give him a ranked fighter that he will get his ass handed to by. Yeah, please do. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here. Good knockout, I'll say that, but COD is still garbage. Marco Tulio's a can fraud, and yeah, not a good knockout, but that's about the nicest thing I can say. Shitty fighters, can battle, Tulio's a can fraud, COD's still not good and still hasn't impressed me at all, and yeah, shit fight in terms of talent in the fight, good fight in terms of knockout. What am I going to say? Fuck COD, he's not good. And Mr. Dumont, you're a fucking can. So just stick to riding Norma's coattails, and she lost the last week anyway, but looked better than you did. Shit fighters in a decent fight. Great. Is that fight really much better than Reese and McVeigh talent-wise? Think about that one. After that, we go to our second fight of the main card, and one that was great. I loved it. Probably easily my favorite fight of the main card in terms of how happy it made me. Loved seeing this lazy can get his ass beat, as we had in our second fight of the main card at lightweight, the first brother of two and easily the worst of them. As we had in our second fight of the main card, the best fight of the main card, Chris Padilla versus Ismael Bonfim. Not a good way to kick off the night for the Bond Fiends. Taking a bad L here. Yeah, this was a pathetic fucking performance. I'd say Bulgarian levels pathetic, and I don't know if Ismail through the fight, he might just suck that fucking bad. Outside of the elephant in the room here, obviously Ismail was the fighter to miss weight on this card at 161. Lazy sack of shit. And apparently that got the odds to change to borderline pick'em, or Padilla even being the favorite on the betting odds, which is weird. But it fucking was the right call, because in this fight, Padilla just beat the fucking shit out of him. In round 1, he walked him down. All 3 judges gave Ismail round 1. How? I swear, people are. It's so easy to score fights. I don't know how people are this fucking retarded, but whatever. Padilla clearly won round 1, walked Ismail down, beat him up. Simple. Then in round 2, much the same. He was breaking Ismail brick by brick until eventually he got him on cage, started landing elbows and knees. Ismail went to the classic Anthony Smith turtle position and quit, got finished late in round 2, and Chris Padilla gets the win, gets the finish, and yeah, makes Ismail look like a fucking pussy, because he is. And yeah, good win for Taco, man. Love to see it. Love to see one of the Bond Fiends lose. Sadly didn't happen in the main event. We'll get to that soon. Yeah, this was a really good win for Taco. This is what we need to see from him after that pathetic Jai Herbert performance. And he looked good. He looked really good. Just Terminator walking forward, breaking Ismail brick by brick. And that's what he did. He broke him, beat him, made him quit after he missed weight. Good job, you lazy sack of shit. And yeah, well, it's good to see the lazy Bond Fiend get beat up and lose. Always good to see that. And yeah, good one for Taco, man. He's good. He's good. He's back. Should have got a bonus here, but UFC hates him for some fucking reason. Good one for Padilla, man. Not really a whole lot left to say. He broke Ismail, made him quit like a bitch. Good one for Padilla. Not really a whole lot else to say there. Trying to think of anything else to say about this fight. No, I don't think Ismail throws a fight. I know people are made jokes about that with the betting odds. No, he just sucks. So, if any of you were to throw a fight, you wouldn't make it to almost the end of round 2. It just wouldn't make sense. Outside of that, not really much else to say about this fight. Padilla broke him, dominated. Padilla clearly won round 1. No, I'm convinced no one actually watched round 1. So, whatever. And yeah, good one for Taco. So, with that being said, let's talk about the fighters now. Not really much more needs to be said about the fight, but the fighters still something to be said. We'll start with the winner, Eric Andre, or Chris Padilla, getting his 4th win in UFC in a row. You know, probably should be 3-1, but on paper 4-0, 3 finishes. I have no idea who that guy was who fought Jai Herbert, because that's not the guy who showed up here. The guy who showed up here looked damn good and looked like this is the guy we thought was going to fight Jai Herbert and look good, but I guess he wanted to take a day off there now. He's back in the Apex looking phenomenal, so good for Padilla. Dude's good. The dude's really fucking good. Happy he's really starting to get some talk on him now. Dude's pretty solid. He's a good, well-rounded fighter. Good cardio, good striking, good power, good grappling. He's a good fighter, man, and I'm happy he's getting the spotlight he deserves now. Looking good, back on track after that lackluster Herbert fight. Dude's good. Happy for him. Should've got a bonus here. Still insane. This should be his 2nd bonus in the UFC, but they fucking hate him for some reason. And yeah, good win for Padilla, man. Happy for him. Looked good. I was picking him all week, so it's not like I switched my pick after the weigh-ins. And see how far you can go. Do I think he's gonna be a top 15 guy? No. Do I think he's a bad fighter? No. I think he's a pretty solid fighter. I don't think he's I think he's good, but do I think he can beat Esteban Ribovics? No. Do I think he can beat Mateusz Rąbecki? Probably not. Mctebek by no. Do I think he'd beat guys like Daniel Huber? Yeah, probably guys like that, but he's probably like a top 30 guy. He's not. I don't. Maybe top 25. I don't think he can beat the like your mother said Ribovics, Rąbecki, etc. So. But he's really good, and happy he got back on track here after that lackluster Herbert fight. This is the Chris Padilla we saw. We've seen that fight. Now let's keep seeing this guy because he's pretty fucking good. See how far Taco can go. 4-0 now. Dude looks good. And then for the lazy Bonfim brother, Ismael, the loser of this fight, falling to 2-3 in the UFC, losing 2 in a row and missing weight for the second time. Yeah, he sucks. I don't know what else I can say. He's completely living off that Terrence McKinney knockout. But yes, phenomenal knockout, one of the best knockouts of 2023. But outside of that, what has he done? Since that fight, he's went 1-3. Lost to Benoit, which, debatable how great of a loss that is. Beat Vince Pichot in a lackluster fight. Lost to Nazim Sadikov, understandable. Lost to Chris Padilla, understandable, but Jesus Christ, could you look any fucking worse? Yeah, he's just not good. I don't know what to say. He is so lucky Gabriel is doing alright and looked good on this card. Because if not, he would be cut. I don't think Aaron cut Ismael yet, because again, Gabriel is doing really decent. But, like, dude, he sucks. Ismael is terrible. Like, missing weight. He's not even a big dude, so I don't know why he's so lazy and can't make a weight. Well, I just answered my own question. He's lazy. If he wanted to make lightweight, he could, but he's fucking lazy, so. Happy he got his ass beat for. I'm happy he quit. That's the thing, he completely fucking quit here. Got beat up, and got what he deserved for missing weight and just being a shit fighter, so. Keep riding off Gabriel's coattails and hanging off that one great win over Terrence McKinney, which, as a great knockout, really, far not really a great win, but, you know, apples and oranges, I guess. Yeah, he sucks. Happy he got the karma he deserves, and keep riding your brother's coattails, buddy, because you fucking suck. And with that being said, the only thing left to say now is, of course, who should he fight next? The last part of every recap. For Taco, obviously, again, he deserves a pretty good fight. Not gonna, like, obviously not top 15, or probably not even against one of those guys I brought up before, but I think he has earned a pretty solid fight. But who? Thiago Moises wouldn't be a bad one. Let's see. Drew Dober would be fun, but unlikely. Brenner's on a losing streak. Ogden wouldn't make sense. Levitt, Mike Davis, Jordan Levitt, We already know Tom Nolan's never going to fight anyone with talent because he would get his ass handed to him. Counting that's a step backwards. I would like to see Padilla jump into this, like, higher echelon of the division. But who? Maybe Diego Fieta, because Huber, I think, should fight Dober. Rąbecki, I don't think he's made it to that level of a fight yet. Bobby Green, I don't even know how he's still on the roster. Drakkar, that's a big jump. Ribovics, that's a big jump. Frivola, step backwards. Michael Johnson, that's a big jump. Manuel Torres, well, I don't know why they don't get Manuel's fight with Grant Dawson here. That's weird. Like, whatever. Ludovic's out for a year. Chase, I not like that Diego Fieta fight, because it would be a good step up for Taco. It would be a big fight for him, and probably a big win. Because I think he would win that fight at this point. Taking a look. Like, yeah, again, you got other options like Chase Hooper, Jared Gordon, Bobby Green. But I like that Diego fight. Diego's at the end of the road. He's really fucking old. I think Taco would beat him. It'd be a good step up for Taco. Like, would I like to see Diego fight a fellow old dude on the way out? Yeah. But is he going to? Probably not. I don't see him fighting Jim Miller, Michael Johnson, or Bobby Green. So Taco? Yeah, I don't hate it. I think it'd be a respectable fight. Taco and Fieta, they always go to Brazil sometime early in the year, like I think March. I think let's do it. Like, again, there are other options, but why not Padilla and Fieta? I think it'd be a good one. I think that'd be a nice one for Taco, or again, a respectable step up in competition. Again, I get Diego is 40, but I think that'd be a good step up. I would take Padilla in that fight. He's earned a fight like that. Let's do it. Taco and Fieta. I like it, man. I really like it. So, let's do it. Sounds like a good one to me, where he could retire Diego Fieta. Who is he, 41? 40, gonna be 41 in January. Yeah, I like it. Padilla, Diego. Sounds like a good one. I doubt they do it, but I think that's what I would probably say they should do. Book it. I think Padilla has earned a fight like that. It would be a big win for him, a big fight for him, a big step up for him. If he did win that fight, then you could start putting him into conversations with Rombetsky and Klein and a fight with those guys. So, yeah, let's do it. Padilla and Fieta, book it. And then for Ismail, I don't think they're going to cut him. I've seen people say they could or might, but I doubt it. Because Gabriel is doing really good right now, and if Ismail loses one more fight, yeah, I think he's gonna get cut, or if he misses weight again, Jesus Christ. But I think they're gonna give him one more fight. Who and what weight class? I don't fucking know. The Who probably a layup. I could see him fighting like fucking who's a shit fighter in that division? Harry Hardwick or some shit. Someone shitty like that. And if he can actually fight at lightweight, at this point, just move up to welterweight if you're that lazy when it comes to making weight. Jesus Christ. So, we'll see what they do with Ismail. I don't think they're going to cut him right after his brother just won the main event. So, I think they'll give him one more fight and chance to not fucking be a lazy sack of shit. So, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. If they cut him, I would love to see him get cut because I think he's fucking terrible. But I don't think they're gonna cut him at the moment. So probably one more fight. If he loses, again, of course he's gone no matter what Gabriel's doing. But yeah, I think they're going to give him one more fight. Sadly, so yeah, hopefully maybe at lightweight or goddamn welterweight for all we know. So yeah, not really. But that's about really all I gotta say there. So. Good fight, good finish, and win for Padilla. Should have got a bonus, but UFC hates him for some reason. And who should they fight next? I would like to see him fight Diego Fieta. I think it'd be a good fight, good step up for Chris, a good win for Taco. Let's do it. Padilla, Fieta, let's say March in Brazil. Sounds like a good one. Book it. And yeah, we'll see what they do with little Bonfim, the lazy Bonfim. After he missed weight and quit here like a pussy bitch. So, time will tell there. Good fight, good one for Taco. Let's see how far he can go in this division. I think he's a top 30 guy in the division, maybe top 25, but I think you'd really have to start having some interesting debates at that point. But we'll see if he can make those debates easy in the future. So, good fight, good one for Taco, and what else can you say? Happy for him. Happy for Taco. Should have got a bonus. Second time now, he should have got a bonus. Just like his debut. UFC hates him. Great win for Taco. Fuck Ismail, the lazy piece of shit. After that, we go to our third fight of the main card, the quickest fight of the main card, and yeah, I'm not very shocked about how this one turned out, even though I picked the loser. I said more than enough times that this could happen, so I'm not shocked that it went the way that it did here. As we had in our third fight of the main card, the featured bout of the main card, a very good fight for as short as it lasted. Another guy who He should have got a bonus, but got robbed for no fucking reason. As we had in our featured bout the main card, our third fight of the main card at welterweight, a quick banger as expected, between Euros Medic versus Muslim Salikov. Not really that shocked by the outcome here. I doubt anyone is. I got the pick wrong, but I did say this was a complete 50-50 fight, whoever got knocked out first, and sadly it was the guy I picked, because I will never get a Muslim Salikov fight right. Fuck. Yeah. There's not much to say here. Fight started, they started swinging right off the bat, Medic was getting the better of the exchanges, Salikov could really not get going, and then eventually he ate a big, I believe it was an uppercut, right? Or a straight left. Yeah, it was a straight left that hurt him and dropped him, and then a little bit of ground and pound after the fact, and Euros got to knock out in the same amount of time it took him to get to knock out in his last fight, so another 63-second win for Euros, and that's back-to-back now for him, and back-to-back times he did not get a bonus. I think he might have got a bonus for Urbina, but he should have got one here as well. Yeah, simple fight, not really shocked. Another fight where the odds got really close right at the end of the week, so that was weird, but I guess this time it didn't really make a lot of sense, even though I think this is more like what the odds should have been all week, close to a pick'em, because I thought it was a complete whoever gets clipped first, and it was Salikov in this instance. Yeah, Bureau's fought really well here. He just really didn't let Salikov get going or get into range to throw his kicks, and at 41 years old, with the power Euros has, one big shot's gonna drop him with ease, and that's what happened, so good win for Medic, doing what he does, and that's running through someone or getting ran through, but this time he was doing the finishing, and he looked good. Good win. Not ending Salikov the winning streak, not his career. Not his career. Salikov did not retire, and I don't know if he ever actually will. But yeah, ending that 3-fight winning streak from Muslim. Great win for Medic. Looked good, doing what he does best, and that's knocking someone out or getting knocked out. But he was on the good side of that coin this time. And yeah, good one for Medic. Simple fight as expected. It was quick, easy, fun, banger. What else is there to say? But great fight on paper, great fight on execution. What else needs to be said? To talk about the fighters, we'll begin with the winner here, like we usually do. Euros Medic moving to 6-3 in the UFC with back-to-back wins and somehow only 2 bonuses in his UFC career when he probably should have upwards of 4 or 5. Yeah, UFC really did not like him for as exciting and good as Medic. Well, exciting. Good, debatable. But for as exciting as Medic has been his whole career, never been in a boring fight, and he's always producing a banger. 3 fights this year. His 3 fights this year have a total of, what, about 2 minutes and 40 seconds in that ballpark. So, moving to 6-3 now. First time on a winning streak since 2022. He's good, man. He's good in early in the fight. He's dangerous. I think, yeah, I won't say he's good, because again, we've seen him get rolled by, where he just got outclassed completely. But if he's fighting someone who's not the greatest, or is going to strike with him, he's dangerous. He could easily beat him. And, yeah, Medic is good, man. Is he gonna be top 15? No. Do I even think he's top 25 in the division? Maybe. But I think that's a bit of a fucking reach. I think guys like, I know he lost in main event, but obviously Randy Brown's probably the gold standard for outside of the ranking guys, and I think he's a little bit better than Medic. Neil Magny, another one of the gold standards for unranked guys, would probably beat him. And then if you want to go to the prospect side of things, guys like Sam Patterson, Seo Kyung Ko would probably beat him, but there's still a lot of guys that Euros would beat in this division, and even some guys, like the ones I named, he couldn't. Let's say they fight 10 times, I could see him knocking him out 2 or 3 times. So, Euros is not bad, but he's definitely beatable, as we've seen many times before, and he's entertainment. He's not there to be a champion, even if he thinks he can be, he's wrong. He's not there to be a top 15 guy or like a top 20 guy. He's there to be a fun fighter, and that's what he is, and that's what we love him for. Like, who doesn't like Euros Medic? He's entertaining, good at being entertaining. Euros Medic, he's gonna either get beat up or he's gonna beat you up, and usually it's gonna be a quick fight when either of those two things happen. That's why we like Medic. He's fun. He's not, we already know he's not gonna be some top guy in the division. We don't want him to be. We want him to be this fun, entertaining guy, and that's why I like him, so not really much else to say there. Then for the opponent, the guy, the old man who got knocked out here, he did not listen and follow Hayoni Barcel's crafty veteran performance. Muslim Salikov getting knocked out at 41 years old, falling to 9-5, ending his 3-fight winning streak. Was that his longest winning, or one of his longest winning streaks in the UFC? I don't know what to really say. He's still good, but he got clipped here. He got put out. He's 41 years old. He's still good. He has a few fights left. I would say 4 at most, but more likely 2 or 3. It's a complete shame. We're probably never going to see him get to fight Wonder Boy, which would be a phenomenal fight. And, yeah, so I think he'll probably fight two times at least, if not a few more, before he retires. And, yeah, so he's still good, and he's another guy who I think would beat a lot of guys in the division, and he is kind of one of the best unranked guys in the division, but he's 41. One good shot's gonna put him out. And, yeah, scary grandpa gets put out here, which sucks to see. But happens. Heal up. Hopefully we see Salikov sometime next year, probably around beginning of summer or even like maybe May, June time, and see what happens. So heal up. Sucks to see him get knocked out, but he's still good. He's Uncle Salikov. We like him. He's fun. I know he's Russian, which is not a good thing in the sport, but he's one of the good ones. Maybe the best one in terms of striking. And, yeah, sucks to see him lose here, but he's 41. What can he really do? Heal up, and let's see him back sooner than later. Because who doesn't like Muslim Salikov? The Kung Fu Grandpa still can kick ass, just not tonight. With that being said, the only thing left to say now is, as always, who should I fight next? For Euros Medic, he should get a pretty decent fight after this. Of course, not top 15 or anything, but I think a decent fight is warranted after a good win like this. But who? Who, oh who, we may ask. Him and Gustafsson would be fun, but that would kind of be a step backwards for him. Do I want to see him knock out Ponzi? Yeah. Jake Matthews is bitching and moaning right now. Who knows what they do with him? Chaos, that would not make a lot of sense. He already fought Puna. He's not gonna fight Curtis or Wonder Boy or Chiesa or D-Rod or Holland. Yeah, I don't hate that Ponzi fight. I like as much as it would suck to see Ponzi get fucking annihilated. I don't hate that. If Medic is just gonna attack all the old dudes, why not go after Ponzi? Which I guess you can kind of call a step backwards, but like I don't know where else you'd really go for Medic. You're not gonna give him a top guy, so it just would not make a lot of fucking sense to do so. And then, like, what, Ramiz Brahimaj, where he's just gonna get grapple fucked? Who the fuck wants to see that? Jake Matthews, I don't think they would do that fight. Who knows? I don't know what they're gonna do with Jake at the moment. He's trying to go fight a tomato can, because that's usually what he does after a loss. Yeah, I like the Ponzi fight. I think it'd be fun. Like, clear. Ponzi has fought all the old dudes at this point. Like, who else is there for him to fight? Court McGee? Do you really care to see that fight? I don't. Wonder Boy? I don't think they're gonna do that fight. And what other old dudes are there for him to fight? Tim Means? Like, get real. Yeah, I'm fine with Ponzi and Medic. I think that'd be a fun one. Ponzi getting put to sleep, probably into retirement. Yeah, who did he just lose to? Oh yeah, he did lose to D-Rod. I forgot about that. Even though I would love to see Ponzi rematch Gunnar Nelson. Fuck it, let's do Magic and Jake Matthews. It makes sense. I see no reason not to do that. The more I think about it, yeah, let's leave Ponzi alone. Let's do Jake and Medic. More than likely, Medic would just get grapple fucked. But it's a big fight. He deserves a fight like that. So I see no reason not to do it. Jake and Medic, again, I'm not seeing much else that's not either step down or step too high. So let's do it. Jake and Medic. Makes sense. Would be a good one. I would cheer for Medic there. I think Jake Matthews has been a whiny little bitch since that Neil Magny fight. So let's do it. Jake and Medic would be a banger. Book it. Someone hopefully would get put out, but more than likely Jake would just cuddle him like a fucking pussy. So has Jake ever been knocked out? Because if not, I think Medic might one time. Who the fuck finished him by knockout? Kevin Lee. Yeah, Medic would knock the fuck out of him. Fuck it, let's do it. Jake and Euros. Why not? And maybe February. Medic took no damage here. Matthews will probably be ready to go by that Australia card in February. Book it. Simple. Hopefully he knocks Jake out, and then Jake would complain, "Oh, wasn't ready, like, shut up, bitch, you lost, get over it." So, whatever. And then for Salikov, I don't know, maybe he fights Tim Means, so someone like that, Tim Means, or maybe they could still do the Wonder Boy fight. I doubt they will. Gunnar Nelson's right there. There's options. Knowing the UFC, they'll feed him to fucking who that big fucking Chinese dude who debuted a couple months ago. Fucking knowing the UFC, he'll fight one of these four guys. It's like, what the fuck, UFC? Ty Lake Nurjai. So the UFC fucking hates old dudes. I wouldn't be shocked if they fucked over Salikov like that, but who knows? We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully he fights Gunnar or Wonder Boy, because I think either of those two fights would be great. So, but we'll see. So, not really much else to say. Good quick fight. Medj did what he did best. Medj did what he does best. Fight was quick and fun as expected. Someone was gonna get knocked out, and it was Salikov. I'm never gonna get. I think I'm 3-7 picking his fights. Great, and yeah, just got clipped at 41. You can't take that shot, and good one for Medic. Who should he fight next after this big win? I'm down to see him fight Jake Matthews. I think it'd make a lot of sense. Would be a good fight for that February pay-per-view. Well, I don't think they're going to be on the pay-per-view, but it would be a good prelim for that February Australia card. And let's do it. So, Medic and Matthews. And if Matthews is done crying over that Neil Magny fight that he lost fair and square. And then for Salikov, hopefully Gunnar Nelson or Wonder Boy. I doubt they'll do either of those fights, but we can pray, can't we? Yeah, with that being said, not very much else to be said about a 93-second fight. Medic is the king of 93-second fights. Good win for him. Good performance. Should have got a bonus, but again, kind of like Padilla, the UFC hates him for some reason. And yeah, let's see what happens next. Let's see how far Medic can go. I think him and Jake Matthews would be a fun one. Let's do it. Not very much else to say. Good fight, quick fight. Can't complain about a 93-second fight, because you know something good happened in those 93 seconds, because they obviously ended in a finish. And if it's a Euros Medic fight, you know it was going to be a quick, fun fight, and that's all we ever ask from the doctor. After that, we get to our co-lame event of the evening. Not gonna waste any time here because this fight does not deserve any more time than it's already been given. That already went 3 minutes too long, and I don't want to talk about it for any more than that, so let's get this out of the way now. The co-lame event of the evening, the worst fight on the card on paper, and in execution, maybe the third worst fight of the card. Maybe. That being generous. It was at least better than the Emil Emmers fight, but that's a low bar. As we had in the co-lame event of the evening at flyweight, a double can battle, and pretty much just a piss break before the main event. We had in the co-lame, Joseph Morales versus Matt Schnell. I'm so shocked putting a shit fight as the co-main turned into it being a shit co-main. Yeah, at least it was a finish. Not much to say. They did a little bit of striking. Eventually they went to the ground. Morales locked up her guillotine after about a minute. Got the win. Not gonna waste your time here. Matt Schnell is the same can he's always been. Yes, the Sumo Darji fight was amazing. Outside of that, he's done nothing in his career besides to be a joke. And for Joseph Morales, he's going to be cut within hopefully the next 2 years because he's not good. He lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez, and he's on tough, and he's just not a good fighter. So, shit fight. This fight, neither of these guys will hopefully be on the roster in 2 years. Schnell should have stayed retired, and Morales should have stayed on the regional scene because he sucks. Pathetic excuse for a co-main event. Any other fight I talked about under this would have been better outside the Emmers fight. And, yeah. Schnell's the same joke he's always been. Morales is a can who lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez, who is going to go places unlike Morales. And yeah, co-lame, don't care who they fight next. Hopefully whoever's in PFO. Shit fight, shit co-main event. At least it was a finish. It doesn't mean much. Next. And then finally, an hour and a half later, oh my god, we might not go an hour and 40, 50 goddamn minutes for once. The main event of the evening, finally getting to said main event. After 90 minutes of yapping about everything else on the card, we get to what the people have all been waiting for, or whatever. Fight. A pathetic main event on paper, fine in execution. This was a fine fight, as we had in the main event of the evening to close out UFC Vegas 1-1 in the welterweight division with a fight. Another one I got badly wrong. God damn it! We had the main event to close out UFC Vegas 111 and be the last fight before we head to the Garden next week. We had the main event to end UFC Vegas 111, Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown. Well, this could have went better. I got this badly wrong, but again, I think most people did. Yeah, what the fuck was this performance by Randy Brown? So, in round 1, Gabriel kind of just picked him apart at range, hitting nice leg kicks and taking round 1. Not really. Outside of the leg kicks, really nothing else happened. Maybe a few decent shots, but mainly it was just the leg kicks. And then round 2, kind of much of the same. Leg kicks, staying at range. Randy was starting to get his groove going a little bit, but not by a whole lot. And then about 90 seconds into round 1, or round 2 I mean, Gabriel gets in the clinch, throws a beautiful knee where Gabriel falls backwards and Bonfim and Brown falls backwards. But Brown's out cold, and Bonfim's trying to get up to finish the fight, but the ref calls it there. And yeah, good stoppage. I know a lot of people were upset about that. I don't know why. Randy Brown was out for bare minimum like 4 seconds, and all that would have happened was Bonfim would have fucking hit him like a few times when it was not needed. I thought it was a good stoppage. Like, and if Bonfim didn't fall down, he would have put Brown out badly. So you should not be able to survive and keep fighting because your opponent fell down when you're out cold. That's fucking stupid. A walk-off KO would never happen then. And I think this was a good stoppage. I thought it made I had no issue with it, and that's coming from someone who picked Randy Brown. I had no issue with it. I thought it was a good stoppage. Rare time to say that about a Mark Smith fight. Yeah, good one for Bonfim. Randy Brown having a embarrassing performance in his big fight here. I'll talk about him in a minute. But, yeah, very pitiful performance there by Randy, and a very good performance by Gabriel. Never shot a takedown, all striking, which he's more the grappler of the family, but he did show decent striking here. Good work. I don't like Gabriel, kind of the same thing with Daniel Marcos. I don't like him, but I'll give him the flowers when he has a really good performance here. He looked good, put up a good performance, got a nice main event win, nice knockout, good stoppage. Way better than that pathetic excuse Ismael. He looked good. I'll give Gabriel his props. He looked perfectly fine in a big fight in his big main event, where I would say he was the underdog, to be honest. I thought a lot more people were picking Randy than Gabriel, and Randy just shit the bed. Gabriel looked good, got the win, got the knockout. Better than I thought he would look. Even if he did win, I thought it was going to be a boring grappling match, but he didn't shoot a single fucking takedown. I don't think they even clinched really more than maybe once for like 30 seconds. So, good work by Gabriel. Not really a whole lot left to say about the fight overall before getting to the fighters. So, yeah, good finish, good stoppage, good win. Not very much else to say. Let's talk about the fighters. Beginning with Gabriel, the winner here, moving to 19-1. You know, so the notch, I think that's probably should be close to 18-2, which is still not bad. 28 years old, 6-1 now in the UFC. I still don't think he's good. I still don't think he's gonna do shit at welterweight, and I still think there's better guys unranked. I think Seal Konko, Sam Patterson, or Jacoby Smith are better, but they are not really getting the same opportunities. I think Renat's better, but they're not really getting the same opportunities as Gabriel. And Gabriel's making the most of this opportunity. Looked good in this main event here. Again, I'll give him props. His striking looked the best it's probably has in the UFC. Just dominated. His kicks especially looked great. And again, for being what we thought was the grappler of the family, he looked really damn good in the striking. So I'll give him props when they're due. He looked good. Proved me wrong. Even I still don't think he's very good, but in this fight he looked very good. And yeah, I still think between the two guys in that division, they really want to push him and Malott. I think he's levels above Mike Malott. And yeah, good one for Bonfim, making the most of his first main event. Again, I don't think he's going to do much in the division. He's going to fight up now and probably get his ass beat by somebody who was probably better. And we'll see what happens. Maybe I have an idea. I wonder if they're going to do it. We'll see. Good one for Bonfim. And good main event. Good main event performance here by him, making the most of it. Still don't think he's good, but he looked good here. I'll give flowers when they are due. Good one for big, well, I guess he's little bro in age, but big bro in size. Yeah, good one for Bonfim. And then for Randy Brown. This dude is so fucking annoying. So I've come to the conclusion with Randy that I think this is not even an insult, just the truth at this point. He's a very good fighter, and kind of the same thing I said, Rookie Simone. He's very good, but he's never going to be good enough. He's a very talented fighter. He's going to beat a lot of guys outside the top 15, but when that spotlight's on him, when he gets the hype in a big fight, he's going to shit the bed. And that's the annoying thing with him. He is very talented. We've seen that numerous times. But then, every time he gets to step up, he loses. That Brian Battle fight, as boring as it was, he let Battle cuddle him on the cage. JDM finished him, which is understandable, but still, JDM. That's a big step up. Luque beat him. Nico beat him. Like, every time he gets that step up, like, and he has decent wins. Like, he has a win over, again, we talked about this in the breakdown, Trinaldo, Chaos, Alex Oliveira, Brian Barberano's okay, Muslim Salikov, Nicholas Dalby, Zaleski. His best wins are probably his last few, but he just can't beat that higher echelon guy. And he also loses in the weirdest ways possible. His last 3 losses, JDM submitted him, which is probably JDM's only fucking submission. One of. So that's weird. He turned Brian Battle into a goddamn point fighter. And Gabriel Bonfim, a guy who's not known for knockouts, knocked him the fuck out. So he's so weird. He's really talented, but he's never going to break that glass ceiling. Kind of like what I said, Ricky Simone. He's very good, but he's never good enough. When he's at his best, he's a great long-reaching striker. His grappling's subpar. He has good power. But when the lights are brightest, he does not show up, and it sucks, because he is talented. I'm happy he got this opportunity. But he looked like shit. He got outstruck by a grappler, got knocked out, and this was his chance. Now he's gonna go back to prelims, he's gonna win a few fights, get some hype, and then he's gonna fight up again and lose. It's just what his career and the story of his career has been and is gonna be, so it's a shame because he is talented, but that's just what his career is at this point. A guy who is good, but never good enough. And it fucking sucks, man. It sucks. That's the case in the sport, man. And with that being said, the only thing left to say now is, who should I fight next for the last time tonight? And this time it is for Gabriel Bonfim. Who should he fight? I got an idea that I thought of as I was talking about Bonfim, and I think it's a good one. It might be a reach, but I like it. Buckley? I know, that's a big jump for Bonfim, but who else is there? So he's not going to fight Malott. That'd be a step down anyway. He's not going to fight D-Rod. That'd be a step down. Neal, is that much of a step up? Burns or Colby, what's the fucking point? Prates, Morales, Gary, Usman, all those guys are either booked or not happening. But what about the guy who's in that higher echelon of the rankings, not booked, and really has no idea what he's going to do? Why not Buckley? And to be honest, I know that fight sounds crazy, but think about that fight. Who are you picking in that fight? I want to say Buckley, but are you? Like, I might lean Bonfim there, to be honest, so I don't hate it. Bonfim and Buckley, that could be a cool maybe fight night co-main? I don't think it's a main event worthy fight of Apex card, of course, but of a fight night, I think that's a cool co-main. Why not? I know it's a big jump, but why not? I know Bonfim called out Colby. Not gonna happen. They're gonna give Colby they're gonna do Colby and Burns at the White House, I think, more than likely. So why not Bonfim and Buckley? I think it'd be good. It would be a good step up for Bonfim. Do I think either of those guys are gonna do shit in this division? No. But why not have them fight and see who comes out on top? Buckley's coming off a bad loss. Bonfim's coming off a main event win. Buckley's kind of just sitting there because everyone around him in the rankings outside of Colby is booked or not going to fight him. And Colby's already fought. He's not going to fight Burns. Why not Bonfim and Buckley? I know it's a weird one. I don't know if anyone has said it since the fight, but since last night. Yes, this is the second week I have most of the recording I did at like 4 a.m., but now 3 in the afternoon. Sorry for getting into the video how late, might I add. But, yeah, I think that's a good one. Bonfim and Buckley. It's one that I didn't think of until I was talking about Bonfim a few minutes ago, but it's like, you know, it makes a lot of fucking sense. Let's do it. I truly don't know who I'd pick in that fight, so let's book it. And then for Randy Brown, he'll go fight someone who's unranked. I could see him fighting Neil Magny or one of the hot prospects, and like Sam Patterson would be fun. Or he'll fight like fucking Gunnar Nelson or Kevin Holland or some shit like that. So, and he might win. More than likely he will. But then he'll get hype again and lose. So that's just how the Randy Brown's career story will go. He's 35. That's just what's gonna happen, man. So there you go. Not really much else to say there. So with that being said, what else am I really meant to say? Very good main event, good one for Bonfim. As much as I don't like him, he looked good here, got the win, and yeah, Randy Brown will just always be good, but not good enough. Sucks to say, that's how it is. So yeah, that's about that, man. Good win for Gabriel, and who should they fight next? For Bonfim, I think him and Zhao Quinn Buckley would make the most sense. Would be a good fight. I see no reason not to do that fight. Book it. And then for Andy Brown, there's, again, he'll do what he always does after a loss. Go fight someone who's probably a big step down and probably way worse than him, and he'll get the win. So, yeah, pretty simple. Like, I could see him fighting Ramiz Brahimaj or some shit, and actually, he might lose. I might pick Ramiz in that fight. That's for a different story. We'll see what they do for Andy. Probably what they always do for him. He'll go beat up someone and get back on track and then lose again. So, yeah. So, that's about that. Good main event. Good win for Bonfim. Looked good. Still don't think he's all that, but he looked good here, and I would be down to see him fight Buckley. Think it would be a good fight. Sucks to see Randy always be right there, but never break that glass ceiling. But that's the story of his career. Happens. Good one for Bonfim in his first main event. He made the most of it. Still don't think he's all that. I'll give him his flowers when they are due. He looked really damn good here. Let's see if he can build on top of this and maybe beat a guy like Buckley. Let's see. And finally, with that being said, I've had a jinx, and now we're gonna go almost an hour and 50 minutes again. Boom! That was card. To go over how I did on picks. That was a recap, I should say. I went 6 of 12, 2 perfect, 350. So, not bad. Perfect 50% night. What did I get wrong? I got Randy wrong. Ugh, Salikov. Ugh, Tulio. God damn it. Emil. Okay, that one's understandable because Emmers does not want to fight. Simone. Sure. Johns. Ugh. So yeah, all those great underdogs I picked, Padilla won, and he was a favorite by fight time. So I know all the fights I got right outside Padilla were like easy picks. Even though I do think Gomes probably lost, but I'll have to rewatch that. So great. That's an Apex. That's an Apex card for you. It's gonna always be weird as shit. 50% night. I'll take it. The bonuses were 4 performance bonuses like usual lately, and they went to Bonfim, Duncan, Hokit, and Reese. I agree with Bonfim, sure. Duncan, sure. Hokit, sure. Reese, I don't agree with. I think at least 2 of these should have went to someone else. I guess you could probably make a case these 2, Reese and Hokits, should have went to Padilla and Medic. I don't know how those 2 did not get a bonus for as good as they looked, but UFC fucking hates them. So I'm fine with the Duncan one and the Bonfim one, even the Hokit one, but if I have to take one away, it's probably Hokit. And I think Medic and Padilla should have got one, especially over Zach Reese, which no offense to Reese, but there's no way he deserved a bonus more than Padilla or Medic, or both, really. So, and actually, I think Simone Barcelos should have got fight of the night. So, but I guess they don't do that award anymore unless it's a pay-per-view, which sucks, but what can you do? So, yeah, fine bonuses, but I think Medic and Padilla got fucked over. And, yeah, kind of lame to see that happen. Next, if you missed the card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch. Reese and Marcos, if you want. They were not a terrible fight. Gomes, yeah, not really a great fight there. Hokit for sure. Cavalcanti, you already know how the fight went. I doubt you care to see what we all knew what was going to happen. Barcelo, Simone for sure. Skip, Emmers. As much as I hate to say it, yeah, you should do the Duncan fight, because that was a good knockout. Padilla and Medic, yeah. Morales, no. Bonfim, yeah. So I'd probably say for sure, I would say Hokit, Barcelos, Duncan, Padilla, Medic, and Bonfim. Reese, Marcos, and those 2 if you want, and then I would skip Gomes, Cavalcanti, Emmers, and Morales. So, yeah, Hokit, Duncan, Barcelos, Padilla, Medic, and Bonfim I would 100% rewatch. Or if you missed a card, go watch it. Go watch those. You'd probably be able to watch those in like an hour. The longest fight there is Simone and Barcelos. So, there you go. Second to last thing, and my favorite segment and yours, the chopping block. I love the chopping block. And this week we have a 2-header, but I know that's not a lot, but it's 2 bigger names, and we already kind of talked about them earlier. I think the chopping blocks this week is Myra Bueno Silva and Miles Johns. I talked about them plenty and earlier, but I think it makes sense. My ref is in her last 5, 1-4, 4 losses in a row, 35 years old. No reason to keep her. And Johns has lost 3 in a row and had probably the worst performance of his career in his Marcos fight, so I think he can be gone for sure. Outside of that, if you can make a case for a few other ones, McVeigh, you can make a case, but you can get one more L. Pennington probably retired and you wouldn't cut her anyway. Jimenez, no. Simone, no. Emil, no. Tulio, no. Bonfim, I think you can make a case, but with Gabriel doing good, I don't think they're going to cut him yet. One more L for sure. Salikov, no. Schnell, probably should. And Randy, no. So you can make a case for Ismail and McVeigh and maybe even Schnell, but I think for sure Myra and John should go. So, and those are 2 big names. Again, saying that chopping block 2 years ago would sound insane, but now think about where they are. So time changes fast, and it's time for those 2 to change scenery. Probably both to PFO, to be honest. And finally, the last thing as always, what would I rate the card? I'm going to say a 7 out of 10 on the dot. It was fine. Better than last week's. Fun. Some good on it. Few bad. Like the Emmers fight, the Gomes fight was kind of weak. And Morales was what it was. But everything else was pretty good. I enjoyed mostly everything else on the card, and I thought it was fun. I'd say a 7. Better than nothing. Fun card. Better than last week's. Yeah, again, did I overhype it a bit? Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit better, which shows how much faith I had in this card. But I think it was still good, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. In which, after, 2 or 3 weeks of, 5s and 4s, to jump all the way up to a 7 on my book, I think it's a fair grade, and I like it. So, there you go. I'm gonna say a 7, and, it's fun. So, there you go, not very much else to say. Fun night in the Apex, as expected. And, yeah, fun way to, close out our streak of Apex cards before we head to the Garden next week for UFC 322 in the MSG, JDM and Islam, Whaley and Val, Prates, Leon, Morales, Brady, Bo on the prelims, Benil, Benoit, Cortez, fucking Susurkayev's back, GM3, Slavoklov's just got booked for the card. It's a great card next week. I don't need to tell you on that card. You know it's great. I know it's great. I can't wait for it. And, well, that's not what I meant to say. It's going to be a great fucking card. So, yeah, that's about that. We're going to talk about that next week, video-wise. Obviously, breakdown Friday, recap Sunday. That's going to be a fun one. I'm excited for that card. But who the fuck isn't? And, yeah, so what I don't need to sell you on that card. You already know it's great. There you go. And then other video-wise, I'm more than likely going to do another retrospective on Tuesday. Probably going to be Contender Series Season 1. So keep an eye out for that. And, yeah, that should be fun. So I enjoy doing those as well. So I'm happy you all seem to enjoy them. Stream-wise, obviously, Sunday, tonight I'll be live. And then you already know the schedule. Like always, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when it's fight week, so that should be fun. Shorts, I'll have 2 out tomorrow, the fight ideas for the card, and the just kind of what I just did a few minutes ago, the chopping block, the overall review, how it was, the card, I guess. And, yeah, so that's the schedule coming up. I need to release like a little schedule thing, but I don't even think anyone would care enough for that. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Somehow 1 hour and 50 minutes again. The last 2 breakdowns and recaps I went so goddamn long. These Apex cards I go so in depth on because most people don't know half these motherfuckers. Thank God we're going to a pay-per-view where most people know everyone, so that's fun. And, let's not hit an hour and 50 minutes again. My streams are not even this long half the time. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not upset. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm still putting timestamps in this shit because I'm lazy. And, yeah. Hope you all enjoy. Hope you somehow make it to the end of this. Thank you. And I gotta hire someone to do timestamps. That's never gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna end this bitch by saying what I always say, and that is, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2025. 11 more. Can we hit that in 2 months? We'll see. And as always, unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am, I think the only thing left to say is, as always, let's head to the garden next week by saying, as always, RX out. Good vibes only. And always.